What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, and I think I got to shed a little light on a situation that took place because apparently the idiots in the media, they don't understand context. They're always trying to embellish when it comes down to things that Trump do. For example, he had a conversation with Putin about what's going on down there in Venezuela. Now, of course, everybody in the media wants to know, did you talk to him about Russia collusion, and did you tell him cut it out? What did you say to him? Well, he said, yeah, collusion came up. We talked about it, and he kind of chuckled because he knew that there was no collusion, and I knew that there was no collusion, and they both chuckled. Okay, now, I understand what Trump was talking about, but I see on Twitter, I think it was Adam Schiff, talking about, don't you find it kind of strange that our president is having casual conversations with Vladimir Putin, and they're laughing about collusion. It's obvious that the Russians tried to interfere with our election. Now, notice how he conflated two issues. Since this whole gibberish started, the most talked about issue is not Russia trying to interfere with our election. It is Donald Trump and his people. That goes to show you their motive. What is most talked about? If a guy meets a girl and the conversation seems to all revolve around one thing, that's probably the biggest thing he's interested in. If a girl meets a guy and she's talking about how she likes her nails done and she likes all the other guys she used to date, used to buy her fur, buy her all kind of stuff, get her hair did every single day or something, you probably would guess what she's interested in, your cheese. Yeah, she wants to stick her hand in your back pocket and see what you're made of. So the bottom line is all you got to do is listen for a while and you'll find out what a person really wants. So now you hear the Democrats for 2.5 years, the liberal media, they don't open up their segments talking about, well, all right, we found out some more Russians were involved and these are the Russians and this is what's going on. No. They open up more information about Donald Trump's collusion and all of this stuff. They wanted everybody to focus on the element that they wanted to highlight, which was Trump involvement, quote unquote, involvement in the Russia hacking and collusion. They didn't want you to just focus on, see, that was the default. When somebody pushed them on that, then their default, hey, I think it's important that we find out what the Russians were doing in our election. That's what we want. That's all we're doing. But then somehow that conversation shifts right back into, and Trump's people probably was involved in, and look at this, we got George Papadopoulos, we got Carter Page, we got Don Jr. taking meetings from people that we sent to go and meet with them. Did I say that out loud? Oh, shoot. Some random people that just happened to get back in the country by Loretta Lynch, who was banned and wasn't supposed to be in the country, but for some reason she gave him a random visa to come back in, and she ends up meeting with Fusion GPS before she goes and meets with Don Jr., and then afterwards goes back to meet with Fusion GPS. Just random stuff like that was happening. So they don't want us to focus on those type of things and the real quote-unquote Russians, which, to be honest with you, I question that. But they don't want us to focus on those things. What they want us to focus on is their narrative that they're pushing, which is Trump had something to do with this, and he was involved. So now Adam Schiff tries to slide this in over the weekend with his tweet talking about Donald Trump having a conversation with Vladimir Putin, and they both laughed, which they should have, because see, guess what? From the beginning, both of them knew that this was bull crap. You know what? A friend of mine online was like, it's funny how Donald Trump is okay talking with Putin, but he didn't want to talk to Robert Mueller. And I'm going, of course not. You know why? Because it wasn't Russia that sent people to his campaign to entrap them. It wasn't Russia, who's been for 2.5 years calling him a traitor. It wasn't Russia that did all of the things that the FBI, CIA, John Brennan, James Comey, Clapper, all of them did. It wasn't Russia who did that. See, I would have a little laugh for Putin too if I was him. Because guess what? At least I know Putin is my enemy. I'm able to say I could chuckle with this guy, but at the end of the day, I know he'd stab me in the back if he had to. Versus the CIA and Comey coming into his office. Now, Mr. President, there's this dossier out there. Now, I'm going to let you know. It got some very fallacious things in it. They're talking about some tinkle on you. I don't know. I don't know if you're into that thing. I don't care. It's not my... Look, my whole thing is, I'm here to protect you. I just want to let you know ahead of time, just in case you hear something in the news about some wheezing on you, okay? But listen, I got your back, man. I got your back. Yeah, those are the ones that the president had to watch out for. So soon as you walk around right in the back talking about, I'm a patriot, I'm looking out for America while we're plotting the 25th Amendment to get him out of here. Yeah, all of this stuff. So, yes, he did have a conversation with Putin. And Putin's probably been laughing about this since it started. Like those silly Americans. Ha ha ha, Morvaka, Mishka. Having a good time over there while the Democrats are the main perpetrators, along with the liberal media, that's pushing the narrative that Russia is this big actor in our election and made the difference, tipped the scales. Yeah, so all of these little Russian bots and ads that they got on Facebook was the decider. That's what it was. Yeah, it was the decider. They still, to this day, have not showed me an ad that I would look at and say, that ad probably could have convinced one American to change their mind about Hillary Clinton. I think everybody's decisions were made up. So anyway, that's it. Adam Schiff is still trying to hang on to some garbage, and he's inflating two issues, talking about Trump had a conversation with Putin, and he's still denying Russia collusion. No, see, now you're lying. Now you're misleading the people, Adam Schiff, more than you've already been doing. What you need to be saying is, of course Trump and Putin is laughing about the part of the quote-unquote Russia collusion theory that involved him getting together with Vladimir Putin, plotting this thing. He didn't even have to talk about the Russia quote-unquote interaction and trying to hack or do whatever they're saying he did. That's not what y'all been pushing, and that's not what Trump is talking about. Trump's talking about the element that the Democrats are trying to profit off of, which is Trump and his campaign. They the ones that included. Yeah. So he's not denying Russian hackers and some ads. No, he's denying and laughing at the fact that y'all tried to pin it on him. Now, take that, put it in your pipe, and smoke it. Shift. God bless you. All right? This is America, greatest country in the planet. Now, check out Stream Tees. Don't forget, check me out every Wednesday night, live on YouTube and also on my radio blog talk show. If you like something in the store for Extreme Tees, put my name in the promo code, Kevin. You'll get a 20% discount. If you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, there's a link in the bottom to do that. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. And let me see what else. Oh, you can find me on Facebook and on the Twitter. God bless you. See you next time in Kevin's Corner.